the holy whore.
The Ronald McDonald theme house. We can see this, bro. I know that I got light skin privilege. What's she getting her MBA for? I will never. Never. Woo, woo, woo. I was a supporter of every hue. Jamal. I was only going to do reactions after the episode aired. But that last shit with Monique was so good. I turned the camera on. Ooh. We gonna start from the beginning. First and foremost, what the hell were y'all friends wearing? I looked at that picture of Monique and I'm like, I love that outfit. But then when she stood up, I was like, I don't like it. And then I saw a picture of everyone and I'm just so confused. And I know you guys were like yellow with crystals and silver, but like Ashley didn't follow that. She had a whole side cape that was green and gemmed. I feel like that was an afterthought. Her pussy was out. Our girl Wendy was wearing a Kleinfeld prom dress, wedding dress in yellow. The way Wendy's one shoulder is constantly drooping over like that is giving me anxiety. Also, is Wendy one of those people who looks better without a lot of makeup? And then Karen, like, do you know that we can see this bra that you have? The only person that could have looked good was Robin. But then she had, what the fuck was in your hair, Robin? I am so glad that they brought up Giselle's fashion because I thought it was just me. Everybody was waiting to jump on her. It's the bedazzled gun. I bet that dress that she was wearing didn't even have these joints. And she was like, you know what? Throw some glitter here. Throw a whole pocketbook on this. Okay, I promise I'm not making this show about Karen's titties. But look. The stuff is gone. Also, I live for Karen's face right here. And you see Giselle is sitting over there like she doesn't care, like it doesn't affect her. But you know good and damn well Shorty's gonna go get a stylist next season because she's probably like, what? I never knew it was this bad. Yo, this reunion part 1 was not Giselle's reunion. I didn't like when Andy asked Karen what work she's gotten done. I think that's so tacky, especially coming from a man. Like, don't ask, that's none of your business. Y'all gotta ask me, because listen, let me tell you, when I have these kids and my titties drop to my knees, I am going to lift them bitches back up to the gods. So I'm gonna get these bags done. You can't tell because this is a filter. Ooh, Monique. I don't know if y'all saw the tab names. There was Last Lady posted. There was a former friend. I live for Monique's burn book. And I love that Chris Samuels, when before she went out, he was basically like on a game day tap on the ass, like, go get him, Scout. What is Candace doing with a fan? I swore because of the Kenya Moore shit, they banned all props. I understand that they're 6 feet apart, but I know Andy asked, he was like, is that a prop? Also, what's she getting her MBA for? Does she have other business? Maybe she's trying to be a business owner. I guess that makes sense because all of these ladies have their like side hustles that grew from this. I'm not mad at that. What do we think Candace's side hustle will be? It's got to be something with her husband. They're probably going to open their own restaurant on the side. So then she can go and compete with Ashley and say, woo, woo, woo. Look at me. Look how successful I was. I got my MBA and you didn't. That's why your business closed. No, the business closed because nobody's eating from your kangaroo. Elk, though. As Ashley said, Giselle has given every new person hell. Ashley is a little small, appeared very timid and new to the scene. Same with Candace. Giselle knew not to go up against Wendy because Wendy will box with her as well. So that's the reason why she was being really nice. And Wendy, you can miss us with that. I wasn't throwing my degrees around. My culture really is focused on education. But you was throwing that education back at folks because you were trying to use it in an insulting way and putting them down. Y'all, I just realized I didn't even put my eyebrows on. Now, let's talk the hot topic, colorism. Do I think colorism is real? Hell fucking yeah. I am a high yellow broad. I know it's real. I know that I got light skin privilege. So you can't tell me you don't see it. But, not but, let me take that. And I am highly aware that Wendy's behavior, Candace's behavior, Monique's behavior, well, Monique is a little lighter. I'm highly aware that they have exhibited behavior similar to an Ashley or a Giselle. Actually, I don't think Ashley's as bad as people say. To Giselle. I also think that there are some things that you can't say. And oftentimes we don't realize it because we're not the people who are like saying that negative shit about others, right? So we're like, oh, you mean aggressive. Oh, she's dumb. Oh, you acting like this. But you can't say that in mixed company because if you give anybody anything to feed into how they feel about these stereotypes, you can't even give them that. So there is some ownership that needs to happen there. And I'm sure Ashley or whoever else is saying it doesn't even think about it because we're not that fucking ignorant. But the sad part is there's people out there who are. It's just like there's dumb motherfuckers in the world. But I will tell you, I will never put down my black brother or sister in mixed company because that's just going to let other people know, oh, well, she thinks that same way too. So if I think it and she thinks it and she's black, it's okay for me to say. You know what was interesting is that fucking Candace called Ashley a roach. But I guarantee you, had Ashley called Candace a roach, there would be a very different reaction. I feel like Ashley knows that and understands that you can't go around calling another black woman, a brown-skinned woman especially, a roach because of the connotations behind that and the negative. Think about a gorilla or a monkey. A kid might be swinging on a monkey bar. I will never tell a white person that my son looks like a fucking monkey. Never. You gotta understand that. And I think this was Ashley and the cast. I hope that this was their wake up to realize, oh, there's some ownership there that we need to acknowledge. That doesn't mean you weren't being aggressive or you weren't acting in that way, but I acknowledge that my words can now put batteries in people's back to then make them say, yes, this is true about women, black people, black women, people on this show, whatever it is. We gotta be more mindful of our words, but we also got to be mindful of the fact that people think that we're aggressive. So anytime we show that actual aggression, we're feeding into the stereotypes, right? So there's ownership, guys. You can't just blame the person calling your ass out for being a dummy if you're in fact a dummy. Don't give them a reason. And I don't want us to forget about what Monique said, because I know the cast members didn't want to talk about that because a lot of those light-skinned women felt that they couldn't stand up and say anything about what Wendy was saying because they didn't want to seem like they were dismissing her. Saw that. But Monique said, oh, I'm also being called ghetto and a hood rat. Let's not forget how many times we have been called ghetto by non-black people. So please, if you want to feel a certain way about this, you got to feel a certain way about everything else. Okay, now, Giselle, I was a supporter of Every Hue. I think if you weren't on national television, that PR move could have worked. Oh, sorry, we've gone out of production because of COVID and our manufacturer. That shit ain't been around. This happened before COVID. I never want to see a black woman's business fail, but I am not mad that Karen stood up for herself and called that out. I don't know what exactly Giselle has said to Karen that really makes her feel this way, but Karen's going in. And yo, the Ronald McDonald themed house. I think it is so interesting, the Giselle that we see during this reunion when Jamal's name comes up all the time. Also, I hate that wife. I hope that this is another Family Guy moment where you realize that you're not the only one who hears this. But why do white people have such an issue saying Jamal? They want to say it in such like a ghetto way. Jamal. You don't gotta do that. But it's so interesting, this Giselle that we see. She's a lot more reserved. She understands that she has to be nicer. She has to think through her words because she is explaining herself, this man, her dad, and her kids constantly. And this is why she didn't want to bring this man on the show, because this puts her strictly on the defense. She has no control over this, and we are seeing a very different side of Giselle. Y'all, I love how Monique sat there ever so quietly, just waiting her turn, knowing she had a whole book with tabs ready to read any and everybody if they wanted it.
Bravo. It's reality. You guys want to see?
My God. Monique, keep reading. Candace said what a hoe might have said. I'm like, is she talking about Jamal? Shut up, Candace. Oh, I'm not ready yet.
The extra kids ain't even happy about it. You
Don't
sit
bring
up
the
here
kids
sitting
in.
like a darn fraud, bringing a different man onto the reunion every freaking year. I hope he's sitting behind you this year. That's the holy whore. Since you want to keep calling freaking.
I gotta get ready quick because this shit is so good.
Is Jamal coming?
Carrie.
Your pastor boyfriend is slinging his big D all around his congregation, even in Atlanta as we speak, and you know it.
Oh my
You
God.
know it.
Oh my God. Look, I'm doing this Grinch theme, but Monique, that's not how I feel about you. You have brought me so much joy. Maybe it is like you're the Grinch. You don't like this show, but it's not because you're really a mean person. It's because you don't like people because they're not nice to you. I just had to like hold something really tight, squeeze it, and love myself. What is life?